Yeah, hi guys, Tony here with another vlog. Just following up one that I did a few weeks ago in regards to why I removed my chakras. Now, for those of you that may not have seen it, it was basically talking about how the chakras have been propagated through things like the New Age movement as to be something wonderful. You know, you have all these rainbow colours and the lotus flowers and, you know, it all looks very pretty when in actual fact, you know, they couldn't actually be anything further from the truth. Basically, the chakras are being used as plugs to feed interdimensionals operating in the fourth dimension, as crazy as it sounds. What they're doing is feeding on negative emotions, fear, anger, that kind of thing. And they're basically locking into us via our chakra system. Now, it's not just the chakras that I'm going to talk about today, but I just want to explain a few things. People have mentioned a few things that I feel I need to answer. First of all, source energy, it just flows, yeah? So it just is. So with your chakras, what that's doing is it's decompartmentalizing it. You know, you shouldn't have to spend an hour balancing your heart chakra. And you know, you can feel good after you've done balancing. I mean, I've done Reiki and meditations myself. The thing is, it's temporary, right? So if you think about source energy, if it's not decompartmentalized, then it can just flow naturally. So what you find is when you remove your chakras, instead of feeling balanced just some of the time, if you do a meditation or something, then you feel balanced all of the time. Now, that's not to say that, you know, we never have negative emotions or anything like that. No, not at all. The point is that it doesn't hang around, because what's happening when you have your chakras is that the interdimensionals are feeding from you, and then they're looping back those negative emotions, fear, anger. So it becomes a vicious cycle that we can't get out of. And people are trying all kinds of different things, self-hypnosis, meditation, to try and sort out this problem, and nothing's working, or it's working but very temporary. So by removing the chakras, you cut off the food supply, you cut off that plug that they have locked into. Again, think the Matrix, where everyone's podded up and being used as batteries, because literally that's what's going on, as I said in my first video. The other interesting thing that I've found out is that we have a number of bodies. We don't just have the physical body, we have spiritual body, we have emotional body, we have mental body, we have our auric field. Now, what's happened is people are they're so out of balance that all their bodies are outside of their physical body. They're all supposed to be in the physical body, yeah? So if you take the auric field, now the auric field's colour is supposed to be red, and what its real job is to filter filter thoughts. So when you're having thoughts, now if they're out of alignment with source, then they go into the auric field, and if they're out of alignment, then they disperse, yeah, rather than coming back in time and time again, they get dispersed. So another interesting thing, like I say, is that having had this work done myself and do it on others, is people are saying that you know, the negative thoughts, that they still come, but they clear quite quickly, and that's because the auric field is doing its job that it's supposed to do, which is almost like protecting our thoughts. So that was another interesting thing that I wanted to mention. But the purpose of this this vlog was really to talk more in depth about you know, sex and you know, how we have certain overlays on us which keep us in battle with each other in terms of men and women. Now, in terms of the chakras, it's very important people are aware that sex is supposed to be a sacred act anyway. But what is happening is these entities that are just outside our visible sight, which the likes of David Icke has spoken about in the past, in the fourth dimension, they are feeding off of our sexual energy. When we're having sex, they are feeding off that too. Now, what they really like is low vibrationary sex, you know, like porn, sex, that kind of thing. That's, you know, it's no coincidence that we live in a society where there's porn everywhere and sex has completely been bastardized into something, you know, which it really shouldn't be. You know, when two loving partners have sex, this is a really interesting thing. They actually bring down higher source energy into this third dimension. So, you know, that's how powerful it is. When we're having sacred sex, it can actually bring down this source energy, which then increases vibrations and affects people around us and helps us heal the planet ultimately. So yeah, what's going on is that we become corded with people. So if you have sex with someone, you become corded with them for life unless you do something to remove them. So we're always kind of bound to them energetically, which is not very nice, is it, to be fair? And you know, these entities are having a field day in the background, just feeding from our sexual emotions. So we need to bear that in mind. What they've also done as well, there's a certain amount of overlays that they've got. Now, I explained last time that you imagine that this is a holographic universe. This is like a computer game where we can put programs and viruses on computers. They can also do the same with us. So we have to look at it like that. Now they've basically put a number of grids on us. So I'm just going to read you one that I've got here. So response grids. These grids control our body's reaction to outside influences by attaching to our nervous system and sending false messages of alarm. It keeps us out of harmony with our emotions and thoughts and stuck in projection and reaction mode. These grids contain 3 etheric chips which target the physical, mental and emotional bodies, so we are triggered into fight or flight responses and unable to think or emotionally react in a balanced way. All these grids target men and women in a different way, so that they are kept separate and feeling hugely misunderstood by each other, creating separation and loneliness. The truth is, men and women need each other to co-create in harmony and raise balanced children in the world. When there is an imbalance and separation, children are damaged and grow up with a distrust and low self-esteem, continuing the problem. So, ring any bells? I'll just give you another example of one of these grids. It is really sad. Conditional love grid. So this grid's basically keeping us away from unconditional love, which we're supposed to be operating in. So let's be honest, human love is based on terms and conditions. It causes a lot of problems when your loved one behaves in a way that doesn't align with your love rules. The problem with this is that no two individuals are exactly the same, and this is going to happen. We are not supposed to be identical, and being able to appreciate the differences in others is really important. These chips target the heart so that men and women feel betrayed and unable to see the other person's point of view. Ultimately, what then happens is power games and a battle of emotional control. Nobody wins, everyone is unhappy, and this ultimately leads to breakups or battered individuals with miserable with submission but too scared to leave. And this is the really interesting part. So men are conditioned to exert their authority by telling a woman she is overreacting and too emotional. They patronise and condescend to bully women into submission. Women are conditioned to be over-emotional and attack on a personal level, using emotional blackmail as a way to bully men into submission. It's a vicious cycle, as this pattern is deeply entrenched in our upbringing and ancestry lineage also. Clearing these chips really helps to lighten up these behaviour patterns, although if you've grown up in a toxic family, then clearly you need to seek further help. So that's just a small insight about some of the stuff that we've got aside from the chakras. There's all these overlays. A few of you have emailed me and I've sent this out, and yeah, it's groundbreaking stuff. What I would say, if anyone is interested, please contact me via email. Don't message me on Facebook, because I'm getting hassled from Facebook. They keep blocking my account. I'm not allowed to post in places. They've threatened to stop my messenger. So email me at tony@transcendingtimes.org. Email me directly and I'll forward you all the information. Having great reports of people that have had all this stuff removed. Just more peace, tranquility, balance, as I said in the last video. But you know, it doesn't resonate with everyone, so check it out. Again, because of all the censorship, please subscribe. I'm going to be talking more and doing more YouTube videos to uncover all of this. So hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and check out my website, transcendingtimes.org, which I'm going to be progressively using more. I'm trying to slowly come away from Facebook because of what I said earlier, but it is kind of a necessary evil at the moment. But yeah, this is really exciting stuff, guys. You know, open your minds to it, because we're being used as food, and you know, something that's supposed to be nice in terms of love and sex and that kind of thing is being completely manipulated and bastardized. I'll talk more in the coming weeks about other things that have been manipulated in terms of our DNA and the amount of source energy that we have access to. It's really interesting stuff, so I'm so excited to have this information, and yeah, I want to share it all with you, and you know, hopefully get some of it removed as well. So yeah, so Tony@transcendingtimes.org if you're interested, and I hope you guys have a great weekend, whatever you're doing. And yeah, I look forward to coming back to the UK next month. I'm going to be doing a few speaking events there, and yeah, I've got my book coming out as well shortly, so I'll be really looking forward to linking up with some of you guys, and you know, it'd be great to see some of you again. So yeah, take it easy. Peace.